There, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Well, welcome back to my channel and this DP with me. And we're working on the flower again, which is the, oh God, I can't remember the name of the flower. Pomelias flower, which was an AI generated image that I got off of Pixabay. And then I took that image and I put it into a program called Pixel Stitch, which changes a picture or converts a picture into a cross stitch pattern. And then from that, I figured out how many rows left to right I needed it, and how many rows top to bottom, up and down that I needed it in order to fit this canvas. And so if you can see there in the bottom right corner, and actually I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So let me fix that real quick. I'm going to make it just a tad bit bigger on the screen so you can see that. So with that, you can see I made it bigger, and I've done this top right corner so far. So that's the picture on the bottom right that we're working on. Try not to move too fast, like my hands and stuff, because there is a little bit of lag compared to the audio on this recording. So just bear with me on that, because the way that I'm recording it, in order to get these two screens in the bottom corners, causes a little bit of lag. So I apologize for that, but bear with me. So in that right-hand picture, I've done that top corner, and it's kind of washed out because it is a white background. So you do see the white background coming through the image, which to me in person doesn't look bad. So it looks a little bit washed out on the camera, but it doesn't look too bad in person. So I'm okay with it. And I'm using round drills that were in my stash. If I was using square drills, you would not see that background. You would not see the white in the background. So I've done that top left corner because the canvas itself, or the pattern itself, when if I were to print it out, it would print out on 4 pages. 4 being this one here being the first page, this one here being the second page, down here being 3rd page, and down here being 4th page. So the only thing that I'm working on right now is this here, the first page. So when you see in the bottom left-hand corner, which I am going to resize that as well a little bit, like so. When you see that, that is a blown up version, or blown up square, 10 by 10 square of the pattern, cross stitch pattern. So that is what we're going to be working on next, which is a 10 by 10 right in here. Okay, so it looks big in that screen, but it's really just 10 spaces this way by 10 spaces this way, square. Okay, so that's all that I'm working on when you see that in that bottom left-hand corner. And then what I do is kind of like a bingo card. As I put my drills down, I take my mouse and I let me get it to where you can see my mouse on screen. So you can see, if you look in that bottom right or bottom left corner, you'll see a little thing moving on the screen in that bottom left corner. That is a little pencil drawing, basically, of my cursor. And so I come over here and I mark it off with a dot where you see in the far left the ones that I marked off from earlier. I know it's a little bit hard to explain, and it's a little bit hard for you to really grasp what I'm doing on this small screen. I can make this image, which I can do that now. So keep an eye on this. Actually, hold on one second. What I'll do is I'm going to blow this left side up so that you can see what I'm doing on my other screen. Okay, so look at that image there. When you see that, so you see my little cursor there. If I were to make this smaller, you'll see the whole page pattern. Well, not the whole page, but you'll see. So this is what I've done so far. So I've done all of this top part, and this is what I worked on today, right? And so this 10 by 10 square is what we're going to work on here. Then I've got, you know, 2 more on this row. Then I'll go down to this row here, or these 3 last rows on this page 1. Then I go to page 2, and page 2 is the last bit of this top portion of the painting. So it's this right here, this side over here. Okay? And then when you go down to page 3, that is the bottom left of the painting, and page 4 is the bottom right of the painting. Okay? So, and then if I scroll up here, this page here shows you all the colors and basically your legend. And then this is the full picture of how it was pixelated into the cross stitch pattern. So that's what it looks like when you print it out. If I were to print this out, I would get this page here, which is the actual pixelated print. It says this is the legend, and you see your page order 1, 2, 3, 4. This shows you here how many stitches, which is 1 for 1 for the diamonds. So my canvas actually is 106 diamonds by 141, right? Which is a 30 by 40 centimeter canvas. So on a 30 by 40 centimeter canvas, at least the canvas that I have left to right 106 diamonds for the full canvas, and from top to bottom I have 141 diamonds that way, right? So it comes out to basically a 19 by 25 centimeter if I were to do it on an Ada canvas, if I was cross-stitching it. But I'm doing it on a diamond painting canvas, which is a 30 by 40 centimeter, okay? And so then this, like I said, is page 1, and it shows you your drill pattern, basically. It's like what it would look like if it was on your canvas, okay? although I'm doing it on a blank canvas. So I'm using this picture instead. So as I'm diamond painting, I'm looking at this picture to see where I place my drills so that on my blank canvas, I'm putting them in the right position. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to zoom back in to where I just have this one square on the screen. So that you're only seeing what I'm working on now. I'm going to make this smaller so I'm not taking over the whole screen. Right? So I've done, as you can see, this top left hand portion of the painting. So if you look over here to this picture here, you'll see I did that top left, right? Hope that made a little bit of sense. So I'm going to zoom in here now, and I'm going to have to make sure I have my canvas centered on my desk underneath my camera. So let me move some stuff because I got to make room for everything here. Because when I zoom in, I have to move my canvas. Zoom in just a tad more. Okay, so we're going to be working on this 10 by 10 portion. So what I mean by that is 10 diamonds across this way and 10 diamonds down this way. That square there is what I'm going to be working on. Okay? And that's what you see in the bottom left corner is the drills that I'm going to be placing here. Okay? I hope that made sense. I know it's very, very confusing, especially if you're not kind of used to this thing here, you know, converting anything. This is the first one that I've done, so, you know, I'm probably doing it way harder than I need to, but then again, it works for me, so I'm okay with it, to tell you the truth. I'm okay with it. All right, so let's get into this. It's a blue section, so, you know, in the past you guys have seen me do some of the flower section and the green colors, so I did quite a bit more so that I could get to a blue section for you guys, so that I could, so you could see a different color, basically. Just see a little bit more of the coloration in this painting. And you can see as I zoom in, you know, you do see the white background. And this does have guide circles on it. So, you know, when you're not placing drills perfectly, you can see the black behind it. If you can see my tweezers here, you can see there's black behind that where, you know, it's not perfectly placed. But that's okay, because it doesn't bother me too much. Okay? All right, so the first letter that we're going to work on, or color, is going to be, I think I'm going to do D. So D equals out to be the color 3760. So I'm going to get that in my tray. And you'll see, as I'm putting them down on the canvas, I will mark them off so you can hopefully see what I'm doing, like where I'm marking them off. And you'll see black dots on that bottom left hand picture. You'll see black dots of the ones that I place. So I'm going to place these first two D's down on the canvas here, like so. I put 2 D's down, so now I'm going to mark them on my bottom left picture. See? So I just did 2 black dots on that, so I know that I've already done those. I don't need to worry about them anymore. Now some people use Pattern Keeper, but because I'm not planning on, it's an Android device, so I would have to get like an emulator or something like that on my computer in order to even have it work. And honestly, I think I'm a little too lazy to do that. Don't really want to. You know, for as many people as I know that use Pattern Keeper, I'm very surprised that they haven't come out with one that works on Windows, but maybe that's just me. So I just put those down, so I am marking them on my screen, my bottom left screen, bottom left corner, and I'm basically going down row by row so that I don't miss any. Because it's like counted cross stitch. You do have to pay attention to your pattern and where you're placing them, you know? So you kind of have to count sometimes, especially when you're starting out the drill pattern. You have to count sometimes where they're placed. Well, not sometimes, but all the time. You have to count where you're putting it, whether it be just 1 space separating it or 5 spaces separating it. You need to pay attention to where you're placing your diamonds. So, this one here. That's why with these ones, I'm not talking that much, because I really am just kind of focusing on what color am I using, where am I placing them. You know, I don't want to make a mistake, because honestly, I already made a mistake in some of the darker green areas. I made a mistake, and I mean, luckily I can't tell, but I do know that I picked up the wrong color and put them in the wrong spot. So I'm just kind of making sure that a little bit more focused so that I don't mess up more. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm very lucky because the greens that are used in this diamond painting are all very dark and very similar in color. So mixing up a couple here and there is not going to really matter, you know? But if I was putting like a red where a blue should be, then it would definitely look funny, look very strange. So I am doing my best to pay attention to what I'm doing. And as you can see, I am marking them as I complete them. Sometimes I do 2 lines. I mean, when it gets to the point where the pattern or that square is almost complete and I have 1 color left or a couple colors left, I'll do more, and then like I can pay attention to where I'm putting them, and then I will do all of them and then dot them out when I'm done. So this one here, that was it, that 3 there. This goes there. But see, I just had to like count over and down where to put those last 2 blue ones, the letter D. So, I mean, yeah, it is a little bit more time consuming to do this. but it is enjoyable. It's, you know, I am having a lot of fun with it. And it's not for everybody. I understand that. It's really not, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it. Am I going to do it all the time? No, I'm not. But I definitely want, I'm doing round. This one's round. I think the next one that I do will be a square, because I've got, so I bought round drills. I bought from Art Dot. I bought 447 round drills, colors. So basically 1,000 of each color, 445, I believe it was, or 447, whatever it was, from Art Dot during the cyber sale. I got a round drills and I got square drills, and then I got these blank canvases. So I got round blank canvases and square blank canvases, both in 30 by 40 size. So, you know, these will last me a while. You know, I might have to buy more drills before I have to buy more canvases, but I wanted to do it. Excuse me. Excuse me very much. This is something, because there's paintings that, there's styles of paintings that I would love to do in diamond art that I don't see really anywhere. So my thought process is that I will find pictures that I like, or create AI pictures of what I want to do, and then get my own drills, use my spare drills or buy drills in order to complete the paintings that I want to do, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm interested in that I don't see. So I'm doing the letter N right now. It's a pretty color. I keep moving my canvas because my arm keeps sticking to it, so I apologize for that. So yeah, if you have questions about this, you know, please ask. Please, you know, leave a comment down below and ask, because I will do my best to explain it. And believe me, I'll let you know straight up, I have no problem. It doesn't bother me at all to explain what I'm doing and how I'm doing it multiple times. If it helps you guys and you're interested in knowing what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, I'll explain it as much as you want. I don't have a problem with that. A lot of the jobs that I've had throughout my life, I've always had to train people. So, and a lot of that has to do with repeating the same things. Even if it's like repeating it in different ways. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with it. I would much rather people understand and learn than to say, oh yeah, I got it, and then not. If that makes sense. So this one goes to here. I almost lost where I was. I mean, I kind of did. I should take that back. It's not that I did kind of lose where I was there for a second. So this one, and this one. So I just have the ones on the bottom left, it looks like. So 2. And my puppy Izzy is in here with me today. Usually when I record, he goes and hangs out in the living room with Daddy, husband. But today he was sleeping on his bed and he was super comfortable and he did not want to get up, so he decided that he wanted to stay in here with me, which is fine. I don't have a extra camera hooked up, so I can't show him to you, but he's in here and he's being very cute. He's actually just laying down is all he's doing. Alright, so I did all of those. We're going to go to the X next. Down in that bottom left-hand corner, you'll see that what I've done on this square so far matches up to what I've dotted out on that bottom screen. So now I'm going to do the X. I'm going to do the X. So X is here. Oops. Here. So I did those 4. To this one. This one. So I just did this one up here, this one, and this one. And then I've got these on this side over here. It's those 7. 1, 2, 3. 7 and 1 here. Mark these off here. You can see in the bottom left how I'm marking these off. So, not much left of this square. Let's see, I'm going to do W next, which is pretty 808 is the color. And I only have 4 of these that need to be placed. So down on the bottom here, we're doing 1 and 2 right here, and then 1 on the top. Oops. It's the thing with round drills and tweezers. Sometimes they pop away from you. I have no idea where that one went. I heard it hit, but I don't know where it went. Which is fine, not a big deal. So let me mark these off. So I did this one, this one, this one, and that one up there. And then the next color we're going to do is probably, let's do L. We have 2 L's down on the bottom there. So L is color 319. Excuse me. If I can find it, there it is. The greens all look alike, let me tell you. They're so dark. They really are. I kind of wish that, like, we had diamond painting canvases that were black. I mean, they could do a black background, and if they still wanted to put guide circles on it, they could put white. You know what I mean? They could just reverse it. That would be nice sometimes, because then if you did these, like doing this one, the black would really make it pop, in my opinion. Let's do the letter E, which is 987. So yeah, I don't know why no companies have come out with black background diamond painting canvases yet. Oh, that is not the right spot. See, I almost messed up, but I caught it. I'm doing E, not J. I'd accidentally put that on a J spot. So, my canvas everywhere again. Those two E's down there, and then this one is an E here. I think that's it for the E's. And then the next color that we have, let's do the J since we only have one of those. That's 936. 936. Joan Diamond Paints just did a round conversion, cross-stitch conversion, where she did it on transparency paper and then wound up printing the picture to tape it to the back of it. And I don't know. I mean, I don't have a printer first off, so I plan on getting one. Hopefully, maybe around Christmas I can get one. But like, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I would be able to do that. I kind of like the simplicity of doing it on a canvas like this and it being unique, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm very, I guess maybe I just like the way it looks, in the sense of you can tell that, you know, I did this from a cross-stitch conversion. And I kind of like that, you know? I kind of like showing that it actually took that amount of effort rather than it looking like any other diamond painting that you would buy in a store, if that makes sense. Maybe I'm just a little loopy that way, but I kind of like it. Said if you do it in squares, then you're never going to see the ground anyway, right? Unless you really can't place them. That would be the only way you would be able to see the background on a square one, is if you've got so much gapping that it's just like unbelievable. But okay, so let's go with, we only have a few, a little bit left of this 10 by 10 square that we're doing. So I'm gonna do the letter B now, which is like this beautiful yellow green color. It's only one of them that I need. I really do like this color. I think it's a pretty color. It's a, like I said, it's a yellow green. Let's see, A is 307. Just one of those. And I might run out of this one, the 307 and the 3819, so the last two colors that I just put down. So that would be this yellow color here, and then this one here, which is actually brighter in person. It is more yellow. This one's more yellow, this one's more green. I don't have a lot of those. I don't, when I kitted this up, I don't have, didn't have enough of them, so we'll see what happens when I get near the end, what I'm gonna do. So K is 3821, which is right here. But I really like this painting, and I like the fact that that it's free. It was a free painting. Person that posted it on Pixabay. The information's down below, by the way. The actual person that did the painting, so that you can go on Pixabay and look her up, or him. I should stop assuming. Look the person up and find it on your own and see whatever other stuff that person's done. I think that person actually does some AI stuff, that's what this is, an AI rendered picture, but I think they also do some other stuff too. 3820. Sorry, I'm looking for C. I'm going to do C next, and then all we'll have left is R. But you know, you can go on Pixabay and you don't have to sign up or anything. You just, if you find a free picture, free image, you can save it, download it to your computer, and then I used Pixel Stitch, which again, link is down below, and I used Pixel Stitch and I put it in that and asked it to convert it to a cross stitch pattern, and I told it basically how many colors I wanted, what size I wanted, and it rendered it as a cross stitch pattern for me. Very simple, free to use, and it gives you a PDF file that you save to your computer, which is what I'm doing my pattern from. You can save it to your computer and print it out, or you can do it like I'm doing, where you just save it to your computer and you're looking at it and crossing it off as you go along. But so I think that's nice. I think it's cool that there's so many programs, there's so many people out there willing to allow you to use their stuff. You know, I like it. It's nice. And last row. So that is the last one for this square, 10 by 10 square. Now remember, it's just a very small portion of this diamond painting. The grids that I work with you are 10 by 10. And I've got 106 by 141 broken down, you know. So that's what that is. So we just did this section here, most of the blues, and you see on the bottom left hand that I have crossed out all of the ones that I placed down, so I didn't lose my spot. And if you look on the right hand side of my bottom right, you'll see the picture. So if you, and I'm trying to go slow again because the video lags compared to my voice, you'll see where I'm pointing at. I'm just getting to the top of this flower here, so you can see that I've done that section up there through almost the middle, a little bit further than the middle of the painting. And yeah, so I've done, I think I'm on between the drills from up down. I think I've done 60 rows. Let me look over here. Yeah, I'm between 50 and 60 drills of rows. So I just have 2 more sections on this line. Let me put it back to where I completed it. There we go. So I've done, from here down, I've done 60 rows. And from here over, I've done about 60 rows. So this is going to go, my first page goes down to 90. So I have another 30 rows to go down, but they're all going to end up on this slot here, or this same edge here. And then page 2 will be this section here. Page 3 will be down here. Page 4 over here. And I'll be done. So I think it's turning out good. Like I said, you know, you do see the white background. But I think that I still think it looks good. I'm liking it, you know. I really do think that it's going to turn out good. Yeah, it'll be washed out compared to the actual image. But I still think it's going to be something worth, you know, showing people. If people are interested to see, you know, completions and stuff like that. I think it'll be fun to look at and an interesting journey to share, if that makes sense. All right. Thank you for joining me for this video. And if you have subscribed, thank you so very, very much. I really, really appreciate it. Hit that bell notification button and you'll get a message whenever I have a video that goes live. And then hit the like button. That really helps out a lot as well. And leave a comment. You guys know I love my comments and I do my best to get back to you within a week. So if you do that, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you're just kind of lurking, welcome. But please consider subscribing, especially if you've watched more than one of my videos. It's not, you know, you don't have to pay for it or anything like that. And it does help me out. So please consider that, okay? And I guess that's it for me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.